6 people were trapped under the sea for 3 days and 3 nights. When the rescue team finally came, everyone shouted not to get close. Though the divers didn't manage to save them, the oxygen tanks on them were the only hope to survive. Then the woman stepped into the water, crouched quickly and moved forward slowly. She saw the diver was inside the cabin, but as she shared the good news, her boyfriend slipped and fell heavily into the water. The group was scared and reached to grab him, but the noise attracted a shark. By the time they pulled the man out of the shark's mouth, his leg had been bitten off. The old man quickly found a seatbelt to stop the bleeding, but the wound was too big and the man needed medical treatment as soon as possible, otherwise he would die of losing too much blood. At that moment, the flight attendant suddenly remembered that one of the passengers was a swimmer and there might be something useful in his luggage. Watching her boyfriend getting weaker, the woman jumped into the luggage compartment and swam to the right as instructed. Finally, she found a green bag in the corner. Unexpectedly, an octopus swam over and gave her a big fright, but she still managed to bring the bag up. Inside there were 4 sets of diving suits and masks, so they could have a chance to swim to the surface. But when she was about to tell her boyfriend the good news, she found he had already stopped breathing. Before she could feel sad, the plane began to slide down again. As the front of the plane was going to be broken off and the water level was rising quickly, the woman suddenly thought of the life vests which could create bubbles to drive away the sharks. In this way, they could swim to the divers and get the oxygen tanks. So everyone quickly put on the diving suits, but the old man said he didn't need a diving suit and gave the 4 suits to the others. In the end, the old man took the woman's hand.
I'd only slow you down.
At that moment, the front of the plane had already broken off and dropped into the abyss and the cabin was about to be submerged.
Go.
Ready? Yeah. 3, 1, 2.
However, before they swam far, a shark came towards them. The woman quickly pulled out the life vest, sprayed a lot of bubbles and drove the shark away. At the same time, the rest of the group also followed her into the water. In the end, only the old man was left standing there. She took off the mask, held her husband's belongings tightly and waited for death. Unexpectedly, the blonde man surfaced and dared not move forward in the water. So the next second, the flight attendant had to turn back and continue swimming. On this side, the woman had successfully found the divers. After getting the oxygen supply, she pulled the girl's life vest and watched the 2 of them rise quickly. Only then did she get ready to leave. But at that time, a shark was swimming towards the hole. She held her breath and stood there motionless. Fortunately, the shark didn't see her, but soon a second shark came. The woman had no choice but to swim towards the front of the plane. Unexpectedly, the plane wreckage couldn't hold on any longer and the whole body was falling into the abyss. The strong force pulled her back. At this very moment, she grabbed the handrail and swam up with all her might and finally burst out of the cabin. After opening the life vest, she waved her hands and swam up with difficulty. Soon she surfaced. In a short while, the rescue team spotted them. Originally, more than 200 people were on the plane, but in the end only 3 people were saved.